So what's up? How you doing today? Welcome to the first installment of the Melody+Scale+Structure series. We're going to look at Scarlet Begonias and we're going to put everything together we've done so far. We've got the backing track, we've got the vocal melody for the guitar, we've looked at the scales and chord tones and stuff beyond that, and now we're going to try to put it all together and focus on having a good structure throughout. So what we're going to do is we're going to play through the verse part 3 times. And we're going to work on starting off with the melody and then starting to pull away from it and try different tactics to kind of build a structure so that we can arc up and not just be playing, a flat thing, just kind of playing through the scale. So let's first listen through an example of me playing through with the backing track, doing this exact same thing. And I'm going to break down what it is I'm doing and the ideas I'm trying to implement. And at the end, of course, we're going to practice backing track for you to try this stuff out yourself. But let's first give it a listen. So what I'm doing here is the first time through, I'm really just focused on the melody. And at the end here, I'm going to put all these charts up along with the practice backing track so you can try it out yourself. And it's just, down here, I'm starting off, and then just maybe a little fillers here and there. But for the most part, just trying to stick with the melody so that it's familiar to the listener. And that's the kind of the beginning of the structure. I'm connected to the song and I'm leaving a lot of space. It's not too high. And then the second time around, I'm starting to pull away. I'm focused more on the scale, the B mixolydian. I'm getting a little higher and I'm getting more into like some chord tones and things like that. Maybe hitting the melody a little bit here and there, but not too much. And then the third time around, the same thing. I'm getting higher up and I'm playing a little more intensity, more notes, and I'm getting away from the melody. And I'm also doing a thing where I'm pulling my picking back. So it's like if I'm playing up here, start to play here. I think I like to do a lot, and if it's something like, okay, maybe you don't like the sound of that, you can still tell though, it's just an idea that brings out a little more intensity and kind of brings it up, it brightens up the sound. So what I recommend is trying out these things and trying out any ideas you have. This is actually an exercise for myself and also trying to get better on building more structures to my solo. And I think it's a good thing to try, like kind of, I hate the word thinking, but kind of like, planning it out, having a greater awareness ahead of time so that eventually it just becomes second nature and it becomes a lot easier to just do it on the fly. And the way I actually did this was I just played over it, I think 3 or 4 times and then picked the last one that I liked best. And as I did it each time, I was kind of like getting ideas that I liked, and I would just repeat the ones I liked, and then that was kind of my structure. So I'm going to toy around with things like that where I'm improvising the ideas here, or I'm actually kind of thinking about it ahead of time. I think there's no right or wrong way to do this, but I want to keep my mind open and get the wheels turning for not only you for thinking about these things, but for myself of like getting outside the box and trying to think about the bigger picture of a solo, especially like a set thing. It's not like this open-ended jam section, but it's over a verse part of the song. And, maybe it's 1 time, maybe it's 2, 3, 4, whatever. For the simplicity's sake, again, we just did 3 here, and that's it. But, to recap the ideas here, we're starting off with the melody. we're raising the volume and the intensity. We're picking faster. We're maybe changing up how we pick, and we're getting higher up on the neck. Because when you get higher, no matter what you do, it's going to sound like the intensity's building. So we're starting out simple and building up, making it more complex and more intense. And that's just some simple ideas. Those are just scratching the surface. So implement those ideas yourself if you like them, and try out your own things. But I want you to know, practice with this track here and still work out the melody. If it's new to you, even if you've done the vocal melody from the videos before, revisit this. We can always get it down better, really see if you can memorize it, get it down, try it some different octaves, things like that, more than just what I wrote out. And get the wheels turning for just getting this structure and come up with your own ideas. And if you got any ideas that you think are good, let me know in the comments down below. But try it out with the track, and I will hopefully see you in the next video.